Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're going inside Reptile Gardens. Yeah, we're gonna go watch the alligator show. It'll be pretty cool. Watch alligators. Oh, look at all the alligators.
Are they supposed to be still? No, why is that one? Why is it not staying open?
That's what alligators do. Look at all of them. They're just piled on top of each other. And there's a couple laying over in the sun. A couple back over in the shade. This guy's just chilling right here with his mouth open.
Oh yeah, I never even seen them.
Jordan!
It's okay.
Find them throughout India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. And for us to describe them, they do have the body of a crocodile, but their heads are going to be a lot longer, a lot more narrow. Male gharials at the end of that snout are going to have a fist-sized lump they'll use for fighting. Now I've been out here doing these shows for about 4 years now. You really start to realize how much the media is going to depend on the type of questions you get. For example, say Animal Planet or Discovery Channel were to run a show about the dangerous man-eating crocs of the world, a dumb gator wrestler to get a little bit too close to those jaws. And at this point, he'll swing his head to the side, swing his head to the side with lightning speed so fast no one can see it. Grab that food and the same sort of process will ensue. So up to this point, do you guys have any questions at all?
Yeah, we just...
Does being an alligator be hungry or full? Hungry. We're over 2 today. So we're going to kind of start looking around, see if we can find you for a mean, hungry alligator. Elvis is a crocodile. We're kind of looking what we can find for you guys. It's very important. You're going to see me stick my hand in the water a few times. When I do this, I'm always going to make sure I'm grabbing the non-toothy end. And we got our volunteer.
That's funny.
This right here is how you guys walk your alligators. Alright. So it is polite. You get him up on land. You give him a moment to catch his breath. Now in just a second, you're going to see me jump on his back. And when I jump, it's with my knees landing in his armpits, my hands on his neck. This is called the safety zone. And I'm not going to get bit while sitting like this. That's really important to me. Before I jump, there are a few things we're going to watch out for. First is the placement of his head. Now where those eyes are located, he can only see things that are above him and to the side of him. He cannot see anything right in front of him, more importantly, anything right behind him. So if I jump with that head straight forward like it is now, he's not going to see me, he's not going to meet me halfway. And also, like I said, when I do jump, knees landing in his armpits. It's very, 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 very important that I do not overshoot that target area. So we got that head lined up here. So I got his tail and then also jump. So just like that, my knees in his armpits, hands on his neck. And you will notice one of the first things I did is cover up his eyes. Now doing this, it does seem to relax him. We're not entirely sure why. There are several theories. My personal favorite theory is you cover up their eyes, they can't see anything, they think they're dead. Now we do need to remember that his brain is about the size of a walnut. It's twice as big as mine is until I got this job. Now while we're sitting here, we'll point out some of the characteristics that make these guys so cool, so unique. Now crocodilian, they are amphibious reptiles. They're going to live their entire life in and around the water. The first thing I want to point out for you guys, he's not going to give us a very good look. If you want to take a quick peek, you might notice that you cannot see down his throat. Now this is actually his tongue working like a valve. It's going to seal off the back of his throat, and it's going to allow him to open his mouth underwater without actually taking any of it into his gut. So it becomes very rare to see down his throat. The only time you will is if you're being eaten. Also on this discussion of valves, his nostrils are right here. His ears are these two flaps behind his eyes. Now both of these can also seal off underwater, and this is making him completely airtight for this aquatic life. It does allow him to hold his breath underwater for up to 2 hours, depending on how active and also the temperature of the water. Try the death roll, which is very important, because if he did that roll with me on his back, a number of things could go wrong. First of all, he could start rolling end on his side, and from there have a clear shot at my belly, my chest, even my face. Now even worse is that he could start and I could get my legs tangled up in his legs. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground, he's on my back, showing all of you how to force my mouth shut. Now on a serious note, this demonstration right here, it is taught to us for the safety of the alligator and to us as well. Now we will do this outside of a show if we have to get in here to check their health. Now from this point, another trainer would come around front, tape his jaws shut, and after that we could safely check on him out here, or move him to the back if need be. Now, the most important part of alligator wrestling is knowing how to jump off without getting bit. There are several ways for us to do this. The safest way is to cover up his eyes, press his head into the ground, wait for him to stop doing that, looking back, making sure there's nothing there, quickly jumping off just like that. Now let's give that alligator a big round of applause. Now by the looks of it, we do have the buffet line starting to form up front here. It does mean it's about time to start feeding. So what I'm looking for is 2 or 3 small volunteers.
Oh, right here.
Very violent action. For this reason, we're not going to feed them out here like that, because if I came out here and I threw down a big piece of food, we are going to see some injuries with them, because they're going to get very careless. You know, they won't really worry if they get their buddy's foot or tail stuck in their mouth. You can see they're all very giddy right now. So we're going to go ahead and get started. A lot more excitement. So like I said, it is small bite-sized pieces. They are pieces of drumstick chicken. Now, very basic, you can find it at your local grocery store. It's Tyson today. When I go to toss that, now he's going to see it. Once it goes below his line of sight, he's going to hear it hit the ground, and then he's going to have to shake his head back and forth to actually find it. Now, they have very short necks, very long faces. They cannot simply stick out that face like you or I could. Huh? Now see, he's also making that chewing motion right there. Now that chew is not in the sense that you or I know it. What he's doing is better placing that food in his mouth to swallow whole. We'll make our way over here, see if any of these guys are hungry.
Crocodiles on the grass. I can see him. You will fight him.
He's actually very hungry. He wants the other way to eat.
He wants to eat.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, ducks like Aaron Rodgers out here. Right there. I'll find that eventually. You got one too? I want you guys to look close to this. Now he's going to grab that chicken. But for him to eat it, you're going to see him bring his head up to the surface. Now this is because of that valve in the back of their throat. They cannot swallow while their heads are underwater. So for him to eat that right there, like I said, you guys saw him have to bring his head all the way up. And so for the last few pieces, we'll see which one of these guys are hungry. You all also might notice, right now I'm only feeding out about 8 pieces of chicken for the show. And it's not going to be enough to feed every single one of them. And it really doesn't matter. Because they are cold-blooded, they do have rather slow metabolisms. You know, they're not going to be hungry as often as you or I might be. In fact, it's not that uncommon for them to go days, weeks, sometimes even a full month in between substantial meals. And actually, there is a group of Nile crocodiles that live in Africa that only have a substantial meal each and every year. And this is when the wildebeest herds pass through for migration. So if one of them don't get fed at one show, it's not that big of a deal. You have to wait a few hours later until the next opportunity does arise. Get the chicken. Alright.
Daddy. Mommy.
What? See how it's ignoring me? Tell me it's female.
Jordan, stop.
You're still having...
Oh, there you go.
Ready? Alright, so that is all the food I have for these guys out here today. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run back, I'm going to wash off my hands, and I do have one last surprise for you guys. So if you want to hang out for just a second, I'll be right back out.
I'm so done.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Let me see the
Jordan, stop. Yeah, I want to go look at the turtles.
I want to see the snake.
As long as you do this, we could spend 4 hours here.
How long till the next show?
They do.
Alright, this right here is a
Yeah, we can go up, we go up there.
Jordan, stay here. Come here now. I'll pick you up. Hurry up.
Do each of these have certain personality you look for? Is there one that's ornery that you always watch during the show, or?
Not really watch. We got in a fight. That's Buster. Not really any that we watch. I just, you know.
Yeah.
There's some that I'll let get closer to me than others. I'll say that.
Sure, sure.
Cool. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Pretty awesome.
You wanna give me a kiss?
Good girl. See, this feels like
Pretty cool.
Where are you guys from?
Colorado.
Okay.
Jim. Hey, touch his tail, see? It just feels like, I don't know.
Pretty awesome.
What's in there?